right, so we're going to make a little video on how to do the sample air for our breathing air system. So we do this regularly here. This will come in the mail, they'll give it to the captain, and then they'll ask somebody to do the air sampling. So the kit comes in just like this. We'll open this up, and inside here is some paperwork that needs to be filled out once you're done doing the test. And typically, Lori, you would give it to the captain or to Lori, and then Lori would fill out the paperwork and mail it back to the company. So there's that paperwork you can set off to the side. Inside the box is the actual sample bottle, and also it's going to come with different assortments of connectors. You can ignore all of these connectors because we have an adapter that we need, that we use. So this adapter is what you'll pull out of the drawer, and this has everything you need to actually do the sample. So just ignore all of the adapters that are in the box. So this is the actual thing that'll actually be making that'll collect the sample. So what you would do is once we hook it up to the machine, you can see this nice and close. It's just got a connector, and it'll click, and then to release it, you just push the button, and then that pops right off. Real important part of the test is, and you'll see this once I do the actual test, is that this is the bleeder valve, and this is what you'll hear hissing when you're actually filling the bottle, because the bottle needs to fill for 3 minutes, and during that process, this is going to hiss the whole time. The real important thing is once I take it out of the sample, once I take it out of the chamber, the first thing you do is disconnect this, and the very second thing you do is you have to take the bleeder off. Okay, if you don't take the bleeder off, it's going to continue to leak, and then they're going to get an empty sample when they get it back to the company. So, and like I said, so it's the same process. It's got a little detent there to release it. Okay, so that is how I'm going to stop the air from leaking out of the bottle once we've done the test. So let's go ahead and go right into the test. So the test is 3 minutes long, so I typically just use my phone, set it off to the side, and I'll use that as my timer. So I can hook up that connector, okay? And once I've done that, now you don't want to do the test with more than about 2215 is what I set the gauge at, 2250. If you don't reduce the pressure, you could possibly blow that bottle up because it's not meant for that kind of pressure. So the way to reduce the pressure down, just as a reminder, is just make sure all your banks are closed, and then open up your fill valve. Correction, leave the fill valve closed, and with everything closed, you should be able to just reduce your pressure with the fill valve open. Until you're somewhere in the middle of the 20s. It says less than, I think, 2500, but anywhere around 2215 is a good gauge. And once you've done that, then just make sure everything is then shut off. Now I can take and hook my bottle up. Okay. And now I can gently swing that around. Now with this closed, I can open up my tank here. And then slowly open your fill valve. You can see it's coming up the pressure. All right, and you can hear the leaking of the purge valve in there. You can see we're up to pressure. Now I'm going to do that for 3 minutes. I'm just going to shut it off now and show you how to disconnect it then. So once you've done that, disconnect. Pop your bottle off, and then remember right away, take your bleeder valve off. That way all the air won't leak out of the bottle. Once you've done that, you just take the bleeder that you've taken off, put everything back in the box with the paperwork, and then you can take that to Lori to mail back to the company.